Hello, hello. Just going to be doing a quick patch stream as we see the new hero Dawnbreaker. Get to that in a second. Let's see if the patch is in the thing. Updates 7.29. English. Introducing Dawnbreaker. So that's Strength Hero. Dawnbreaker whirs her hammer around 3 times, damaging enemies with her attack, and bonus damage on the final strike. She smashes her hammer down. Okay, so it's like a cool little nuke. You can wind it up for a stun. Looks like a lot of AoE damage. Okay, so you can Celestial Hammer, Dawnbreaker hurls her weapon at a target, damaging enemies stuck along the way. Hammer pauses briefly at the destination before flying back to her, leaving a blazing trail that slows enemies. Dawnbreaker can recall the hammer at any time, pulling her towards it so they meet in the middle. So it's a damage on a hit, and then you can pull it back to you, and if they get hit again, it's cool that they can like get pulled towards it. I don't know. It'd be cool if you could like get pulled up cliffs. Seems like a pretty good mobility tool, and it's kind of like a slow as well. Okay, so this is Luminosity. After 3 attacks, Dawnbreaker powers up, charging her next attack with a critical hit that heals all allied heroes around her for a portion of attack damage dealt. So it's like a weird Abaddon slash Monkey King. Probably a big Echo Saber here as long as that item didn't get completely gutted. Solar Guardian creates a Dawnbreaker creates a pulsing effect. A location near an ally here, anywhere on the map, damaging enemies and not healing allies with each pulse. After a short duration, she flies to the target location, dealing additional damage and stunning enemies upon landing. You're just yeeting onto a different part of the map. First stats are good. This is going to be kind of crazy. Let's look at detailed stats. Okay, she is a strength hero. 64 damage, 315 move speed, 3 armor. I mean, her starting stats are pretty good too. Like, what the heck? Why does she have 64 attack damage, 3 armor, and 315 move speed? Like, what the heck? See how this scales. So the stun isn't like insane, but you probably max this first because it has a flat mana cost. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it scales that well outside of like the cooldown, whereas this one it's like this scales, this scales, this scales, and this scales. Creep heal penalty 50%. Just whatever. Pierce the spell immunity, which is nice. And this one, 400 damage per pulse, landing stun. Like it's probably pretty good. How do I get back to the update? No, I don't want to play for free. I'm already playing. Alright, here we go. So that's Dawnbreaker for the most part. Going into map updates. Oh god, this is so different. Okay, so instead of there being just like a flat ramp and then nothing, there's like a little walkway here. You can like gank middle easier, and I like it. I like that there's like a path through there. Okay, and there's a path through here too, right beneath the outpost. Could maybe capture the outpost through there. Actually, that's not even an outpost. That's a creep camp. That's gonna be interesting to see. Alright, so the outpost gets moved a little bit down. So they kind of replace the outpost. They kind of like swap spots. So the big camp goes to the right, the ward spot goes down, and then the outpost goes to where the ward spot was. So this camp got moved down. The top camp got like moved over, so it's like easier to jungle. Or wait, there's not a camp south anymore. Okay, so for the dire triangle, it's easier to reach that one camp. This big camp now. Dire safe lane, the pole. Yeah, alright, that looks kind of weird. It looks like it's almost pushed out a little bit. Okay, so this ward spot just isn't here anymore. And that one isn't there anymore. I mean, it'll be interesting to play around those a little bit. Oh my god. Oh, there's so many trees. So that ramp is smaller, that ramp get moved up a little bit. Not gonna remember any of this. Just a lot of trees. General updates, terrain updated, added water power runes, spawns up both power rune locations only at minute 2 and 4, instantly restores 100 health and 80 mana when used, can be used to fill bottles starting at 6 minutes. Power rune spawn as usual. So this helps mids, because each, like if you rush a bottle before, it's like, okay, I can't get a rune until 4 minutes, and if I guess wrong, I don't get one until 6, so that's fine. Added +2 attributes leveling for up to 7 times for the 7 empty levels, and can be leveled in any order. Automatically leveled if there are no options available. Level 30 doesn't grant talents, instead level 27, 28, 29, 30 will grant you the remaining talents, whatever. Outpost give XPM while controlled, instead of just at the flat 10-minute marks. On the minute. Bounty runes after the initial set are reduced by 10%. They don't spawn in the river. They now spawn every 3 minutes, and they don't disappear. They spawn alongside. So there's still 4 bounty runes that spawn at the start, but now only 2 after. Hero kill assist gold. Okay, more rubber banding. You only have 1 TP scroll, but you get one if you die, so seems pretty good. Everyone with high turn rate now is low, everyone with low turn rate now is a little bit higher. Aghanim Shard, or Aghanim Scepter, Roshan drop now requires you to activate it. Shard drops on the second Roshan kill and only that one. Increase building teleportation range from 575 to 800, so you can do TPs a little bit further back. Only takes 5 seconds. Outpost TPs, outpost vision reduced. Captain's mode initial picking phase from 1-2-1-2 to 1-2-2-1. So, okay, first pick is better. Nice. Very cool. Players no longer have vision inside Roche Pit. Wards cannot be denied from full health. The ward is placed in a spawn camp box. It's kind of a weird change, but I guess it's fine. Enter neutral creeps armor increased by 1 except for golems. Bleh. Neutral items now fly towards the killing hero rather than spawning... What? Now fly towards it? Okay, sure. Hero ban count for matchmaking increased by 6. Don't chance based. Don't care. Don't play pubs. Buyback cost reduced by from 200 plus net worth over 12 to 200. Net worth over 13. So a little bit cheaper to buy back. Courier respawn time reduced. Backdoor protection reduction increased. Hero to hero item transfer range to 300. That's nice. True respawn reduced. No longer destroys trees. Macro Pyre not destroying trees. That's... Why? It's a fire ability. Why can't fire abilities destroy trees? Sure, Tango's now expire after 40 seconds. Tango pulling has been removed from the strategy phase. So now you only give your mid 1 Tango Necronomicon removed. Okay. Sure, why not? Satanic. Okay, Satanic buffs. Reduced cooldown, cannot be dispelled, now applies a basic dispel. Battle Fury. Water regen reduced. Cleave damage reduced. Meteor Hammer, building damage increased, stun duration decreased. Abyssal Blade doesn't have a blink anymore. Just build Swift Blink. Now 300 cheaper total. Tranquil Boots, movement speed reduced. Yule Scepter, cast range reduced. Wind Waker, cast range reduced. Boots, travel 2, movement speed reduced. Boots of 2, travel 2, movement speed reduced. Swift Blink no longer ignores speed limit. Aether Lens, cast range bonus reduced. Octarine Core, cast range bonus reduced. Sentry Wards, now 50 gold, very cheap. Always want to see these out of stock. Manta melee illusions incoming is 300, ranged is 300, and cooldown for ranged is now 30, the same as melee, so I think Manta is just the same now. Helm of Iron Will, armor increased by 1, armlet armor increased by 1, health drain reduced by 10. Nice to see armlet buffs. Energy booster, vid booster both reduced by 100. Heart recipe increased by 400. That's kind of weird. I didn't think Heart was like a super strong item. Eon Disc and Aether Lens recipe increased by 100 each to make up for these being less. BKB cooldown increased by 5. Duration rescaled from 10.98765 to just 9.876. So it's shorter at the beginning and longer. Just using it the rest. Clarity, duration reduced. Bottle cost increased and mana HP reduced. Headdress now provides 0.5 HP regen to just the holder. Bassi mana regen 4 reduced by 0.4 but provides 0.6 to the holder. Buckler 0.1 armor to the holder. Recipe increased by 50. Pipe mech aura increased by 0.5. Veil Discord mana regen aura increased by 0.5. Vlad's mana regen aura increased. A little bit cheaper. Sure. Force Staff. Rave regen replaced with Fluffy Hat. Recipe reduced from 1,950. Overall cost increased because Fluffy Hat costs more. Arcane Pike. Health instead of regen. Int increased a little bit. Diffusal Blade. Mana break damage per mana burn increased from 80% to 100%. So a little bit more damage there. Mana break on melee illusions reduced, so a little bit worse for PL. But agility goes from 10 to 24. Int goes from 10 to 12. So this could be a very good item, just depending on the hero. Solar Crest, reduce or recipe change to Medallion Crown, Wind Lace, and 900 gold recipe. So you only get 6 armor. Oh my god, this is what? It's really cheaper, but you only get plus 5 stats. I mean, it's still a good attack speed boost, but the armor regen, the armor reduction or increase. Yeah, I don't know. Might be good, might be bad. Who knows? Block chance increased 10%. Slippers, gauntlets, mantle decreased by 5. Bracer buff. Huh. Did not see that coming. Sanjin Yashikaya. Attack speed reduced. Mana regen amp on Kaya-san Yashikaya. All the way up to 50%. Dragonlance agility increased by 2. Mech mana cost is 100, so mech very affordable now. Mage Slayer recipe reduced by from 600 to 400. Blade Mill cost reduced. Echo Saber strength increase, like to see it. Helm of Dom bounty reduced from 200 to 100. Creep movement speed reduced from 425 to 380. Renamed from Helm of Dawn 2 to Helm of the Overlord. You now dominate up to 2 units. Sure. Shadowblade cooldown reduced by 3. Silver Edge mana regen increased. And bonus int is now 15. Divine Rapier doesn't have True Strike. Hate it. Damage is now 350. Sure. MKB proc chance is now 80%, so MKB buff. Mjolnir buff. A little bit more damage. Soul Ring cost reduced by 50. Quelling Blade bonus damage reduced from 13 to 12. Witchblade poison attack now is True Strike. It didn't before, it's kind of weird. Shiva's Guard cooldown reduced by 3. Reign of Shadows mana regen reduced by 0.1. Scythe cooldown decreased. Talisman cost reduced. Veil cast range is now 1200 and cooldown is reduced, so very large range from that. You can maybe see it picked up on more supports now. Holy Locket passive charge is now 10 seconds. Raindrops minimum is 75. Windbreaker cooldown reduced. Who cares? Dead item. Dagon cast range increased by 100 at all levels. Recipe reduced. Projectile speed of Atos and Gleipnir 250 more. Bloodthorn 1,800. Mango can now be sold. Very cool. Smoke now dispelled by the fountain. Remove Royal Jelly. Hate to see it. Broom Handle increased damage by 2. Ocean Harp. River regen increased. What the heck? Chipped Vest. Health regen is now 5. And return damage is 30, 20. This item's crazy. You have 5 regen and like you're literally just Centaur. And claw damage increase, Philosopher's Stone GPM increase, secondary increase, Grobo slight increase, Bullwhip, a little bit of a nerf, it's really strong. Quicksilver Amulet, movement speed decreased, attack speed, attack animation increased a little bit. Mindbreaker, a little bit better. Psychic Headband, a little bit better. 16%, it's a lot on int heroes. Elven Tunic, movement speed reduced by 1%. Spider Legs, movement speed by 2%. Paladin Sword now has Spell Lifesteal, sure. Telescope, attack and cast range reduced by 10. Illusionist Cape, bonus damage reduced by 2%. Spell Prism, minus 6 all stats. Flicker now goes in a random 4 direction, so a little bit less random. Leveler, 5 armor, less attack speed. Ninja Gear, less movement speed, more agility. Trickster Cloak has a fade time, but now has phase movement. It can now be dispelled, but doesn't interrupt channeling. Penta-Edged Sword, 100 range for attack for melee attack and 25% maim chance. So this item is actually like really good now. Some people liked it, I didn't, but I think it's really good now. Ex Machina, cooldown reduced by 5, Force Boots now provide 30 regen. It's a lot. Seer Stone, Rio cooldown reduced, now grants True Sight. This item's completely busted, but it's a tier 5 item. Like, if your tier 5 items aren't busted, then what are you doing? Book of the Dead, cooldown reduced, unit damage increased to 75%. Book of Shadows, cooldown reduced from 15 to 8. Abaddon, base health regen increased by 0.5. Shard upgrade now also reduces Mist Coil and Aphotic Shield cooldowns by 1 second. So backswing of his skills are better. The heal damage got kind of rescaled a little bit less at the beginning, a little bit more at the end. Now self damage is 50%. Aphotic Shield, a little bit more mana to cost at the end, kind of sucks. Scepter borrow time increased. Like duration increased. The talents, kind of just a little bit more. Oh, get me off this godforsaken hero. Did not mean to click Alchemist. Riva's Greed Cap produced, thank God. Ancient Apparition, mana cost for Ice Vortex is reduced. Cooldown is increased though. Scepter for Chilling Touch now reduces mana cost. Anti-Mage causes Blink to have plus 300 range and reduces cooldown by 2. Okay, so they just swapped to where it doesn't have that as the talent. Kinda weird. Like, yeah, these things are nice, but I don't know. Fragment, Scepter Illusion, incoming decreased, outgoing increased, Mana Void, a little bit less mana at the start, a little bit more at the end. Arc Warden, Shard Medic, Field, Magic Resistance increased by 20%, Shard now slows enemies by 20%, less Flux cast range, more health, who cares, Axe, attack point reduced, Scepter upgrade reduction on Berserker's Call is now 3 seconds. Shard now increases proc chance by 10%. Carry Axe incoming. Alright, they got rid of his attack speed one, never mind. Bane reworked Shard upgrade causes Brain Sap to be a 550 AoE target spell. Secondary units heal for 25%. Reworked Scepter reduces Fiend's Grip cooldown by 45 seconds and causes Fiend's Grip to create 2 uncontrollable illusions that channel Fiend's Grip on the target. Does that mean you have to kill all 3? Illusions take 700% damage. Okay. Brain Sap backswing reduced from 0.84 to 0.5. Enfeeble. Oh god. Enfeeble attack damage reduction increased. Health restoration reduction increased. Cooldown decreased. Cast range reduced. Duration increased. Level 15 talent is now Brain Sap cooldown. Level 15 talent. 5% Fiends Grip max mana drain. Okay. Bat Rider reworked Shard now causes Flame Break to have 2 charges and applies Sticky Napalm charge on impact. Flame Break. Backswing reduced, cast range reduced, no longer stacked with multiple instances. You have 2 charges now. Flaming Lasso, backswing reduced, and increase the damage a little bit. Don't buff Bat Rider, thanks. Beastmaster, base armor increased by 1. Dive Bomb, Shard no longer grants free haul control. Dive Bomb Shard now has 1200 cast range. Stun is now 2 seconds, damage is now 250. You can target couriers with it. Okay, sure. And Hawk Shard also lowers the cooldown by 15 seconds. You're just gonna have someone dive bomb your courier with the friggin' Beastmaster Hawk. That sounds great. Wild Axe's Scepter now increases damage by 40, mana cost reduced by 15. You pretty much always have to get this at level 4 now. You can use it with your kit. You have enough mana now. Primal Roar, movement speed, Duration increased from 3 to 3.54. More damage talent. Plus 300 health. Alright, this is level 25 talent. Now it's a 15. Huh. The roar cooldown one looks kind of bonkers, but we'll see. Bloodseeker, backswing on Blood Rage decreased. Rupture now deals 10%. Hold up, 10% of... Oh, it's current health. That's not as bad. Damage reduced a little bit to make up for it. 7 armor, level 10 talent, 85 blood right damage. Bounty Hunter rework Shard. Shadow Walk now grants you 40% reduced incoming damage while invisible. Attacking out of invisibility stuns the target. Lowers cooldown by 5 seconds. Shadow Walk, so no longer pierces spell immunity. Okay. I think I like the other one better. Brewmaster, movement speed increased by 5. Passive evasion on Drunken Brawler is now 10, 15, 20, 25. Primal Split. Split time reduced. Storm health increased by 0, 100, 200. Fire health increased. Earth health increased. Void health increased. Shard cooldown for Astral Pulse reduced. Shard Void Astral Pulse cast point reduced. 200 Thunderclap AoE. That's kind of large. Bristleback base mana regen is now 0.25. Cool Spray increased. Stack damage reduced. Scepter removes cast time from Nasal Goo. That's... I don't know if that's frightening or not. Sounds kind of frightening. Just a little bit of talent increases. Brood Mother. Agility increased by 4. Capacity Bite has been removed. Spawn Spiderling debuff duration is now 20. And you can stack the debuff. Rework Shard now causes Silken Bola to be a 550 AoE spell and increases the miss rate to 80%. Wait, what the heck? Why? Okay, so you get more webs. It's less move speed. Flash time's less. Insatiable Hunger is now a basic ability. The heck? The heck type of basic ability is this? What the heck? It's a weird hero. Okay. So you have Spin Web, Insatiable Hunger, Spawn Spiderlings, and Silken Bola as your actual spells. Silken Bola doesn't root, but now just slows and causes enemies to miss, has impact damage, deals magic damage on hit, costs... Okay. It's a lot for Brood. Centaur, AoE of Stomp increased by 15, Double Edge cast point reduced by 0.1, Shard slow increased by 15 to 25, Shard buff duration increased from 12 to 15, Retaliate a little bit higher later on, Stampede cooldown reduced, like to see it, Scepter now increases duration by 1 second, damage reduced from... Okay, so you take less damage if you trample. It's got moved to the Ags. Pretty good for Centaur. Chaos Bolt. What the heck? Backswing reduced from 0.73 to 0.4. Shard Illusion now always lasts 6 seconds rather than the duration of the stun. Level 15 talent changed from cooldown reduction to cleave. Level 20 from Phantasm duration to min-max Chaos Bolt duration. Level 25 from Chaos Bolt duration to Phantasm. Okay. Chen, base mana regen increased from 0 to 0.5. Hand of God, heal increased by 25 at all levels. Divine Favor, Shard, mana cost reduced by 100. Cast range increased by 100. Shard cooldown reduced by 10. Penitence deals 250 damage instead of having cast range. That's pretty big nuke. Level 20, Hand of God, cooldown reduced, or minimum Holy Persuasion health up. Clinks now has more base strength, less overall strength. Strafe, Monocross is now 70. Shard Skeleton duration reduced by 15. Scepter cooldown reduced by 10. Level 15 talent. Searing arrows increased by 5. Clockwork, Jetpack, movement speed reduced from 20 to 20. Shard cooldown reduced by 4. Level 10 talent increased 4 armor to 5. 15 movement speed to 20. Crystal Maiden now, Rework Shard now allows you to move, cast, and attack during freezing field. Your movement speed is reduced by 75%. The freezing field follows your movement. Interruption silences will still interrupt the spell. Level 10 talent from 75 cast range to 125. Crystal Nova AoE. Dark Seer damage interval increased by 0.1 to 0.15. Damage increased by 6, 4, 2, 0. Mana cost increased by 10. Scepter max health reduced by 50. Vacuum backswing is reduced. Normal punch. Shard max distance required is now 900. Shard illusion outgoing damage is now 80% and the incoming is 200, so just make an illusion of someone else. Talent 60 vacuum AoE, 6 armor to 100 vacuum AoE. And from +1 Wall of Replica slow to -30-second Wall of Replica cooldown. Willow base health regen increased by 0.5. Shadow Realm cooldown reduced by 6420. Rainbow Maze damage rescaled, so it's less at the beginning and more at the end. Cast range reduced by 100 at all levels. Terrorize cast range reduced by 100. Curse Crown Shard also reduces delay by 1 second. Talent level 15 is now more cast or less cast range and more Shard AoE. Need to stop clicking on heroes. Yep. Dazzle turn rate increased by 0.1. Reworked Shard upgrade now causes Poison Touch to hex affected targets by 0.125 seconds. Or 1.25 seconds. Wait, why does it say level 15 increased from 35 attack speed to 60? Isn't this a talent? Anyways. Poison Touch now deals the first hits of damage immediately upon impact. You can't blink from it. Shadow Wave, Scepter Heal increased by 100. Damage increased by 20. Shallow Grave. Cast time improved. And cooldown reduced. Dazzle's probably in a good spot. Death Prophet, reduced attack point. Reduced damage by 5. Reduced movement speed by 15. Reworked Shard. I feel like this hero needed a little bit more of a nerf. Don't have the cast range. Still think it's really good. Disruptor Thunderstrike, Shard radius increased by 150. Shard now always increases the radius rather than only on allies. Shard allied bonus duration increased from 1 to 1.25 seconds. Glimpse reduced cooldown early on. Get more Static Storm duration at level 15. Get 275 Glimpse survival damage. I think Static Storm is probably just better. 2-second kinetic field duration. Don't know if I like that. Glimpse cooldown. Static Storm AoE could be really big. You get this, and you get like the Ags, and you're just a carry. Doom base armor increased by 3. Okay. Base damage reduced by, or increased by, what is that, 62 to 63 average, but you get a bit higher on the lower end. Base attack increased by 0.1. Devoured no longer provides health regen. Backswing reduced. gold bonus damage now a little bit higher. Scorched Earth backswing reduced. Doom backswing reduced. Scepter doesn't reduce cooldown but increases duration by 6 seconds. Sure. 3 Doom duration to 12% magic res, or you get Scorched Earth damage. Scorched Earth move speed's now level 20. You can Devour Ancients level 15 or have Scorched Earth cooldown. You don't get a Devour bonus gold talent anymore, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Fireball can now be used in melee form. Didn't even know you couldn't. That's kind of messed up. Dragon Tail mono cost reduced. Very nice early levels. Cooldown increased. Doesn't really matter. Damage increased by 20, 25, 30, 35. Pretty good. With fire damage reduction, minus 30% level 10. That's really annoying. With 15 damage level 10 as well if you want it. You don't get CDR anymore, but you get the Dragon Tail stun duration at level 15, or get more attack range. That's pretty cool, level 20. 375 AoE Dragon Tail. Huh. Java Ranger attack point reduced by 0.05. Frost Arrows. Shard Burst slow increased by 15%. Shard now attack effects creeps. Gust mana cost reduced. Okay, so they're not removing CDR from everyone, just some heroes. Earth Spirit, Stone, slow reduced, Remnants, pulse speed reduced, Vision reduced, just a lot of Earth Spirit nerfs. Except this one's kind of a buff. Get 60 damage at level 10, you can get 15 armor, or 8 armor at level 15, and 18% spell amp at level 20. Earthshaker, Enchant Totem no longer has True Strike, no longer gets consumed with the attack misses. The duration on Scepter is now minus 250. Scepter now provides 40% cleave with Enchant Totem buff. Plus 1 armor talent. Archetype Earth Splitter, cooldown increased, delay decreased. Come on, it was a pie reference. Echo Stomp mana cost increased. Ember Spirit, Searing Chains backswing reduced. Flamblard backswing reduced. Duration increased. Fire Remnant and Shout. Shout now provides you with a charge when killing enemy heroes rather than spawning a Fire Remnant. That's pretty good. Cast range reduced by 1,000. Cast with Scepter, regular one reduced by 100. Searing Chains plus 1, level 15. Didn't think Ember really needed a buff, but Changer's untouchable attack speed is now plus 20. Nature's Attendants, Wisp are now just 8, but you get less heal per Wisp. Duration up a little bit. Enigma Demonic Conversion is now 50 seconds, level 1. Oof. Oof. Rip support Enigma. Get plus 50 Midnight Pulse Radius. Faceless Void, armor increased by 1. Less backswing on time dilation, now deals DPS to stop blinks. Cooldown a lot lower, duration a decent amount lower. Slows reduced, mana cost increased by a decent amount. Time lock increased by 5 at all levels. Backswing on chrono reduced. Radius is now 500, cast range reduced by 100. Time wall cast range is now less by 25. The shard is now 400. Shard return is now its own hotkey. That's pretty funny. Get more strength, get agility. Kind of sucks you don't have a cast. Range on time walk increase now, but I guess you get the shard for that. Grimstroke, Rework Shard, causes Inkswell to deal 50% more damage and heal the target. Upon expiration, the target will receive a strong dispel. That could be really good. Phantom's Embrace damage now increased by 4, 6, 8, 10. Soulbound Latch Ready is now 600. Inkswell cooldown reduce talent. Or you could get 50 Phantom's Embrace DPS. So you're probably taking this one. Gyrocopter Flat Cannon attack is now 1 more. Cooldown increased. At higher levels, it's okay. Hoodwink Acceptor grants active ability Hunter's Boomerang. Tosses a boomerang in an arc at the target enemy upon contact. Turns to Hoodwink. Boomerang will deal 350 damage as it passes through or hits enemies and apply a Hunter's Mark. That causes enemies to be slowed by 20% and take 25% more spell damage. And have 25% reduced status resistance for 7 seconds. Sure. Why does Hoodwink have like 6 skills? What the heck? Shard grants new active ability Decoy. Hoodwink sends a decoy illusion with Scurry to the target location. When the illusion has attacked or hit by a targeted ability, it is destroyed and plants a tree in its place that applies a lesser bushwhack to the enemy heroes around it. Illusion will last 12 seconds, cooldown 60, mana cost 50. Acorn Shot reworked from higher bonus damage and less space. Initial projectile now uses the attacker's projectile speed. Planted trees no longer considered special for tango usage. May not be placed in auto cast. Always use ground targeting. Bushwhack radius reduced. Damage increased, or damage decreased. Stun duration increased by 0.1. Fixed units dying, destroying trees. Scurry active decreased. Charge time reduced. Sharpshooter max damage decreased. Now is the minimum power level of 20% instead of 0. Mana cost scaled. Move speed slow reduced. Max debuff reduced. Does not give vision along the sight. Huskard strength increased. Inner fire knockback increased by 0.4. Shard upgrade now can be cast while disabled. Burning Spear cost reduced from 4% to 3%. Hate Huskard, terrible hero. Invoker rework Shard upgrade causes 2 extra Chaos Meteors to land along the primary cast at slight angles. You can only be affected by 1, right? That doesn't stack. I hope not. Quas reduced regen, but provides 2 strength per level. Exhort reduces damage, but provides 2 win per level. Wex provides 2 agility per level. Ice Wall DPS increased talent. Level 25 attack talent now only attacks if Wisp is capable of attacking. Tether reduced by 200, no longer unlocks max movement speed. Shard now stuns upon connecting with the tether rather than tether break. Spirits max distance reduced. Tether collision damage reduced. Less damage, more health regen. Less spirits damage, more spell life steal. Okay, so it's they're pushing Wisp towards more of a support again, which is nice. Jakiro agility increased by 5. Dual breath delay reduced. Liquid Frost Shard now stuns for 0.4 seconds. Doesn't slow as much. Acropire Scepter damage increased. Scepter now causes it to be pure damage and pure spell immunity. Minus liquid fire attack speed level 15, or you get more health. Level 20, you can get Ice Path duration or Macropire damage. 2 times dual breath damage in range or Ice Path cooldown. Omni Slash now provides spell immunity. I didn't know it didn't before. Attack rate multiplier reduced. Swift Slash mana cost increased. Cast range reduced. Coddle base strength increased by 2. Grants you recall during spirit form on Shard, but now you don't get it regularly, but now you get Illuminate damage, heal. You don't get cast range, you get solar bind charges, okay. Chakra Magic dispels level 20, Illuminate damage increased. Kunkka, base regen but increased by 0.5, agility gain increased by 0.3. Torrent cast range reduced by 200. Shard now affects units unable to be attacked. Unable to attack for the full duration. 900 behind you instead of 600. Cooldown reduced. Shard damage increased by 25. Torrent stun duration at level 10. Level 15 you can get strength instead of regen. Level 20, get plus 70% Tidebringer Cleave. Get Tidebringer Cleave and cooldown, I guess, but Rework Shard causes press the attack to apply spell immunity for 1.75 seconds and reduces cooldown. If you use on their carry, then you're just going at him. Overwhelming odds increase. Radius, dual scepter no longer pierces spell immunity. Damage immunity is now 50% from non-dual participants. Cooldown reduced by 20. And you get more overwhelming odds damage per hero on the talent. Flash Shock, Lightning Storm, cast point increased, Pulse Nova Radius increased, Split Earth, Shard, Pulse count from 2 to 3, level 15 talent from total strength 100 Lightning Storm damage, level 20 talent from Lightning Storm slow to strength, level 25 talent from Lightning Storm damage magic res. Lich Frost Blast, mana cost reduced, primary target now takes less, area damage is more. Mana cost on Chain Frost increased by 25 at level 15 or level 2 ultimate. Ice Spire, Shard and health increased, radius increased. This is a really good shard because you can armor it too. Level 10 talent changed from 90 AoE damage to 125 radius damage. Level 10 talent plus 10% frost shield damage reduction. Lifestealer, base damage reduced by 3. Feast now deals. Okay, this is nice. Actual damage. Open Moon Shard now. Does that? Infest, hero duration increased by 1. Reduce scepter cooldown by 5 seconds. Get move speed at level 10. You can get health at level 15. You can get Frenzy at level 20. Lina, LSA damage increased by 0, 10, 20, 30. Laguna Blade Shard now removes the delay before damage is dealt. And the cast range bonus is increased by 100. You can get Dragon Slave cooldown at level 10 or Laguna Blade cooldown at level 25. Rework Shard upgrade causes mana drain to affect with 3 enemies. You are spell immune while channeling. Sure. I mean, it's better than having all your stuff off cooldown. Or on cooldown, just right clicking. Like it moves the speed at level 10. Or I guess mana drain, cooldown reduce, or increase, rescaled. Break reduced by 100. Level 20 talent change from multi-drain mana target to mana drain restores allies. Nice. Lone Druid ranged base attack is now 1.6. Shard now also applies a basic dispel on you and the Spirit Bearer. Shard now also causes the roar to happen on both locations regardless of the casting state on the other side. It's pretty good. Luna cast point on Eclipse reduced. Shard no longer increases stun duration or provides you with movement speed, but attack releases an attack at 2 random targets within 500. Its attacks bounce like glaives normally do. Reduces mana cost by 50. Sure. And you don't have a big cast range taunt anymore. Very sad. Like an agility increased, attack, backswing. What the heck? How? It's like getting buffs. What? Why? This is one of the best heroes in the game. Why is he getting buffed? Excuse me? I'm not even reading this. This is dumb. Why is Lycan getting buffs? Magnus damage increased. Done in power by a little bit. Shockwave mana cost reduced. Damage on skewer increased. Speed reduced. RP mana cost reduced. Horn Toss Shard Landing stun duration increased. Get more of this, more of this, more of this. Mars agility gain reduced and gain increased. Get less God's Rebuke damage towards heroes. Bulwark Shard attack slow increased. Arena Blood damage increased. Or reduced rather. Get more movement speed, less armor. more regen. Dusa, base HP regen increased. Intelligence gain reduced. Very sad. Mana Shield now provides passive mana. Okay. Mystic Snake. Scepter. Stone Duration. Rescaled. So the first hit is now 1.5, which is a decent amount. Get more Mana Snake. Nepo, collision size reduced. Ruberg Shard now allows you to poof to allies when directly targeting them. That could be really good. Just have like a offlaner go in, you just poof on top of them. Poof radius increased, damage reduced. Dig, Scepter, duration increased, Scepter, health restored. 20 base damage, more poof damage, more health, sure. Monkey King, base regen decreased by 0.5. Wukong's command soldiers no longer ignore their tech cooldown when they miss. A little bit less on that, a little bit less on that. You don't get soldiers attack Roche, you don't get your soldiers die when Monkey dies. A little bit less on the cast range. Tree Dance. Boundless Strike cooldown's kind of cool, but 0 cooldown Primal Spring. You don't get the damage, but probably still get the +1 rings. Morphling int increased. Now has 10 mana cost per second to shift attributes, but you get more early on. Tap to Strike mana is now reduced. Tap to Strike Shard no longer reduces the Shard cooldown. Mana cost and waveform reduced. Get Magic Res at level 10 or waveform. Jilly level 15. Okay, so no CDR for Morph. Ensnare cooldown reduced, duration increased. Early on, cast range reduced. Scepter cooldown reduced by 1. Riptide Shard no longer has an active, but reduces by 2 armor and adds slow when it procs. Nature's Prophet. Treant's gutted early on again. Teleport. Oh my god, I did not mean to click on heroes. No, I don't mean to click on heroes. So cooldown increased by 15, 10, 5, 0. Rather than nature, base damage increase by 5, 10, 15. But reduces the bounce. Root duration is now more. Scepter. Level 10 talent. I don't care. Nagafro's attack damage reduced by 0.1. But increased the attack speed for the projectile. Shard no longer does 50% more damage heal. Instead it applies Decrepify. So you have a decrep on your shard. Her shard increased. Heartstopper increased. Regen duration increased. Cat's point on sight decreased. Night Stalker Hunter and the Night Shard is now longer restricted from player units. Can now be cast on the day during the day on non-ancient units. Shard healing increased from 25% to 35%. This is like the free Doom Devour, right? Level 10, you armor increased by 2, movement speed changed to crippling fear cooldown. Vendetta now provides 50% attack animation speed. A really fast attack then, I guess. Boros Scepter damage reduction increased by 10%. Less impale damage at level 20. Spike Carapace cooldown at level 20. Ogre Magi Fire Shield damage reduction is now 85%. That's a lot. Shard Mana is now 50. Ignite cast points less. bloodlust, mana cost is less. Level 10 talent, fire blast cooldown instead of cast range. Level 20, bloodlust attack speed reduced. Level 20, strength reduced. Omni Knight, base strength increased by 2, base movement speed increased by 5. Heavenly Grace, now plus 1, 2, 3, 4, strength bonus. Hammer of Purity, damage rescaled to more. And then get 50 bonus base damage level 10. It's okay. Oracle Int reduced. Damage scaled on Fortune's End. Minus 20 to plus 10, 40, 70. That's a lot of damage. A level 1, it's worse. False Promise Shard, Fade Delay reduced. Cooldown reduced. Or rescaled. How is this rescaled? It's just increasing it. What? Yeah, let's rescale it by putting it up 5, 10, 15. Talents, you get, instead of cast range, you get false armor promise. Instead of purifying flames cooldown, it's increased. Get more damage on enemies. Minus 1.5, so who cares? Our Devour Essence Flux Shard now has a 0.75 cast time instead of 1.5 second channel. Shard now transferred to 100% instead of 0.75%. Astral casting cast point increased. Doesn't increase cast range by Scepter, but increases the damage and AoE damage. Pangolier Swashbuckle cast range reduced by 50. Rolling Thunder speed reduced by 50. Cooldown increased by 2. Damage reduced from by 20, 15, 10. Shield Crash mana reduced. Damage reduction increased. Better spell. Less regen level 10. PA range for Dagger is 25 more early but 50 less later. Fan of Knives, Shard damage increased by 4%. Mana cost reduced by 75. This is a good shard. Really good against like really tanky heroes. Level 10 you get less cooldown on Dagger. Level 15 you get less Phantom Strike cast range. PL base damage rescaled, so the same amount. Just higher lows, lower highs. Double Gear cast range reduced. Phantom Rush radius reduced. Shard Spirit Lance damage increased by 20%. And Spirit Lance talent. Phantom Rush less. Juxtapose more. Phoenix Shard has been reworked. Now causes Sunray to be slow enemies and be castable during Supernova. Sunray max health reduced, cast range reduced, Supernova radius reduced, and level 20 talent you get more duration instead of the Supernova. Puck. I did not mean to click on Puck. Phase Shift cooldown increased, Waning Earth cooldown increased. Instead of cast range level 10, you get Waning Earth silence duration. Could be good for like ganks against like these spirit heroes and whatnot. Illusion Orb cooldown level 20, reduced Waning Earth level 25. Punch base armor increased by 1, love to see it. Cast range increased from 150 to 175. Or attack range. Meat Hook cooldown reduced. Shard Dismember cast range is now 400. Can save allies a lot better. Rat Scepter damage increased from 80 to 100. Radius increased. So I think 4 Pudge is pretty viable now. 3 Pudge still doesn't have anywhere to lane. Pugna base damage increased. Nether Blast delay reduction decreased. Shard interval decreased. Okay, base damage Quap changed. You get +1, -1, blink cooldown, reduced distance, reduced shard, silence duration increased. Sonic Wave bonus damage, or Scepter bonus increased by a decent amount. More spell lifesteal, or you blink cooldown level 25. Razor, buff duration reduced. Storm Surge, damage increased. Get a little bit more Agir strength for that. Blink Strike now applies 50% attack animation for the attack. Tricks of the Trade, attack damage reduced. Increases your agility by 100%. Jeez. Don't know if that's good or not. I don't know the exact stats. Sleeping Dart Shard duration increased. Sleeping Shard no longer makes the target invulnerable to damage. Then I wake up after taking 200 damage. Still like line up a stun. Get strength instead of regen. You get more move speed while invisible. Blink strike cast time. Sure. Telekinesis shard throw range increased from 60% to 85%. Cooldown reduced from 34, 30, 26, 22. Get more telekinesis lightning damage. 10, you get lift duration level 15. Sand King Burst Strike Scepter reduced cast range by 100. Shard Epicenter no longer triggers if there's no enemies nearby. Shard radius increased. Get more health at level 10. You get more Caustic Finale slow level 15. Get more health regen. I think they just buffed all the talents no one takes. Shadow Demon, it increased. Changed a bunch of his talents. Instead of int, you get Shadow Poison damage. Instead of cast range, you get strength. Instead of the Shadow Poison damage here, you get Demonic Purge damage. Instead of movement speed, more movement speed. Soul Catcher cooldown. Shadow Fiend. Base attack time reduced by 0.1. Base armor increased by 1. Shard has now been reworked. Causes Presence of the Dark Lord to reduce magic resist by 14%. Soul lost on death reduced from 50 to 40% for Necromastery. Shadow Shaman. Instead of level 15 talent for cast range, you get Serpent Ward attack range. You get more Ether Shock damage level 25 if you take it. Silencer max Harmonic cost for last word decreased. Arcane Curse reduced from 16, 26, 36, 46, 16, 24, 32, 40. No longer pauses damage when the debuff duration is delayed. Raise the Wisdom Shard behavior fixed, was reducing non-glaive damage too much. Gross. Skywrath Mage. Base damage increased by 2. Every time you cast abilities, you gain plus 5 arm, plus 5 int, and plus 1 armor for 35 seconds. For the Shard, Kong Shot cooldown reduced. Arcane Bolt does more damage but reduces the damage multiplier. Get from movement speed to health level 10. Reduce Mystic Flay damage level 25 talent. Slardar Sprint no longer unlocks max movement speed. Sprint River speed rescaled. So then Crush now applies the debuff for the damage. Shard also increases damage the radius by 75. Bash of the Deep now does double damage against creeps. Get more health regen, sure. Slark rework Shard upgrade grants Depth Shroud. Creates an AoE 300 AoE cloud at the target location for 3 seconds. All allies inside the radius are hidden. Now have increased regen and movement speed. Cast range 800. Cooldown 75. Mana cost 75. Shadow Dance, movement speed rescaled from 20, 35, 50 to 24, 36, 48. More agi, more lifesteal talents. Snapfire base armor increased by 1, intelligence increased by 3, damage on low shredder increased, mana cost rescaled, armor duration increased, armor reduction duration. Scatterblast shard duration is now increased. Cookie jump duration, jump distance reduced, but cooldown increased, or cooldown also reduced. That's pretty good. Scatterblast damage talent increased. Sniper taken active. Rework no longer gives double reach for an attack. Last 4 seconds and grants you true strike and plus 30% headshot chance. Causes you to move 30% slower. Has a high cooldown. Caustic Grenade now knocks Sniper back 450 units from the target direction. Cast range increased by 50. Get more shrapnel charges. Spectre base armor increased by 1. Deathlight damage increased. Spectral Dagger, cast range reduced. Shadow Step cooldown reduced. Shark can now target any enemy hero that damaged in the last 8 seconds. Can ground target to find the nearest valid target. Mana cost reduced for that. Spearbreaker, cast time on Nether Strike is now 1 second. Bulldoze, speed reduced by 2% all levels. You get more health at level 25. Storm Spirit, Electric Rave Shard upgrade is now active on Overload instead of a dedicated hotkey. Ball Lightning makes you go faster early on, slower later on. Overload Bounce Talents is no longer applied to allies that have the Shard buff. Only Storm Spirit benefits. So Overload Bounce Talent sucks now, right? Yeah. Health level 15, attack speed level 20, or level 15. Level 20 you have static remnant cooldown. Sounds terrible. So then, Shard now also reduces cooldown by 4 seconds. Scepter cast range reduced from 950 to 900. Scepter's garbage. God Strength, damage increased 0, 10, 20. You can now get attack speed or Warcry duration. That's pretty good. Great Cleave. It's a talent, I guess. Level 25 talent. Increased Stormhammer duration. You get plus 10 Warcry armor at level 20 instead of the cooldown reduction. Sure. Techie's movement speed increased by 10. Cast time improved on remote mines. You can't place minefield sign in a fountain. Blast off cast range from Shard decreased, but the stun radius is increased and the Shard duration for the stun is increased. More blast off damage, less cooldown, or less mana regen. Templar Assassin milled cost reduced from 50 to 3540, 4550. Damage increased from 50 to 80 early on. A little bit bumping cooldown. Shard Silence duration increased from 0.5 to 3 to 1.5, 3.5. Shard increases vision. Cast range reduced. Psionic projection. Scepter cost mana reduced. Cooldown reduced. Get more side blades range. I think this could be an okay talent. Just more attack range, right? More psionic trap damage, more faction instances. I did not mean to click on heroes. Terrorblade HP regen increased by 1, base damage increased by 4, base armor reduced by 2, meta attack bonus damage reduced by 5, 10, 15, 20, attack range reduced by 60, 40, 20, 0. Reflection damage increased from illusions, slow rescale, damage rescaled, cooldown increased, mana cost reduced, and you get more movement speed if you want it. Gush mana cost rescaled, still really strong. Timbersaw base armor increased by 1, damage on reactive armor, or duration on reactive armor is decreased, the regen's decreased. Timber chained, cast range reduced, travel speed increased. Flamethrower Shard no longer ignores ancients, now deals damage to buildings. Okay. Whirling Death debuff duration increased, or rescaled, chakram damage increased with Scepter, and you get, instead of 8 reactive armor stacks, you get plus 6 stacks and plus 6 duration, I guess. Not too bad. Tinker Defense Matrix Shard increases status res by 10%, increases the health by 75, duration by 3. I didn't know Tinker had that, I completely forgot. Laser health reduction is now 15%, rearm cast point is now 0, mana cost is now increased by 0, 10, 20, channel time is now a little bit higher. Missile mana cost reduced. You now get mana cost, mana loss reduction as a talent. At level 10, get plus 1 missile, level 15. Tiny base HP regen is now 1.5. Rework shard upgrade now causes tree grab to have no charge limit. Tree grab mana cost reduced. Grow armor increased. Tree volley cast range reduced. Tree throw cast range reduced. Toss cast range rescaled. You now get 10 strength instead of 25 damage, or you can get some movement speed. 15 tree grab unit damage bonus. Level 20, you get status res instead of strength. Okay. Tree Protector shard now grants invisibility near trees. HC mana cost reduced by 30. Living armor cast range reduced. Instead of damage, you get mana regen. Instead of invades, you get grasp cooldown. Push that up a little bit. Instead of CDR, you get living armor, bonus armor, and AoE living armor works on creeps. Control Warlord. Whirling Axe's mana and cost increased by 10, distance reduced by 50, grants Rampage on Shard, causes all allies to gain 70 attack speed or 25% status res for 5 seconds on whichever stance Troll is in. Range is attack speed, melee is status res. Berserker's Rage, armor is 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's just splat 6. Battle, trance, movement speed, form decreased by 5. Get more health, less agi for talents. Tusk regen increased or reduced by 0.25. Walrus Punch now does the attack animation 40% faster. Tag team damage reduced. Snowball cast range reduced. Ice shards reduced, increased, which is okay. Pit Lord attack range is now 200. Firestorm radius is now just 425. Does not provide healing with Shard, but increases the Firestorm wave count by 3. Scepter increases radius to 300, doesn't reduce cooldown, but now it causes it to have 2 charges. Level 10 talent, Firestorm wave count to Firestorm radius. Level 20 attack speed increased. Level 25 talent from Firestorm building damage to 40% atrophy allied hero bonus, so. Okay, something. Dying agility gain increased. Delay or decay mana cost reduced. Deals double damage to creeps. Sure. Flesh Golem illusion is no longer apply the debuff. Level 10 talent from decay duration to armor. From cast range to tombstone cooldown. From solar damage +2 level 15 talent. Ursa rework shard upgrade. Now it causes Earth Shock to apply an enrage buff on yourself, reduces cooldown by 2 seconds. Get more mana regen level 10, you get less agility level 15, you get enrage shots resistance level 20. Avenge base damage increased from 45 to 47. 5 more movement speed as well. Less movement speed on your Scepter Illusion, more Radius on Wave of Terror. Steal less damage on Shard, but now you steal base armor as well. 10 agi at level 10, minus Wave of Terror on level 15, level 20. You can get another sub cooldown. Venomancer, damage increased from 43 to 45. Poison Sting slow decreased by 1%. Poison Nova, radius increased, duration increased. Instead of ward duration, you get attack range. Instead of attack range, you get spell life steal, poison sting, duration or slow decreased by 2%. And you get Plague Ward's cooldown at level 20. Viper, poison attack mana is now 20, 24, 26. Shard is now 1 second cooldown, or 1 second, or 1 reduction on armor. Shard now causes it to affect buildings for 40% poison damage. Just gotta get some water. Hyper Strike mana cost decreased. All 25 talent changed from poison attack affects buildings to 2 times corrosive skin, slow, and resistance. All 15 talent from +5 corrosive to 300 health. Visage Attack animation increased, base armor increased, soul assumption mana decreased, Gravekeeper's cloak mana shard cost reduced, shard heal increased. Skeleton talent from cast range to grave chill cooldown. Dissimulate shard damage increased, Ether step cast range decreased, or Ether remnant cast range decreased. Cast range on Astral Step decreased, replenish time increased, or improved actually. Mana cost on Resonant Pulse increased, cooldown increased. Reduced level 20 talent. Warlock Shadow Ward Shard. Movement speed slowed. It's now 10%. Shadow Word Shard now changed it to a 450 AoE spell. Upheaval. I feel like that's actually pretty good. Like as a heal. Yeah. Upheaval cast range. Cast time improved from 0.5 to 0.4. AoE reduced from 650 to 500, 550, 600, 650. The slow cap is increased. Slowed scales. Rescaled. Max duration reduced. Scepter spawn interval for Chaotic Offering is now 0.2. Level 10 talent is now plus 50 Chaotic Golem instead of cast range. Get Shadow Word cooldown. 8 armor to 40 upheaval DPS. Shadow Word AoE to Shadow Word heal damage. Shikuchi no longer unlocks max movement speed, now moves at haste speed always. 15 damage to... This is garbage talent. Swarm armor reduction 35. Swarm armor attacks to kill. 2 Shikuchi charges. I don't know. Ranger Chakra Shot mana cost reduced. Power Shot Shard now reduces cooldown by 1.5 seconds. Kill threshold no longer scales based on Power Shot channel. Wind Run Scepter no longer unlocks max movement speed. Scepter now passively provides 30% evasion. Provides haste. Wyvern base armor increased by 1. Arctic Burn cooldown reduced. Winter's Curse now ends if there are no enemies in the area. Huh. That's kind of weird. You can't just like isolate someone. Cooldown reduced by 10. Duration increased early on. Curse radius increased. Attack speed increased. Cold Embrace no longer increases Splinter Blast damage. Shard. But reduces the cooldown by 5 seconds. More Cold Embrace heal level 10 talent. Instead of Cold Embrace cooldown, you get Splinter Blast damage there. Witch Doctor, paralyzing cast hero damage increased. Level 10 talent is now health. Level 15 talent is more melodic AoE. Level 25 talent, more voodoo restoration. Wraith King, level 10 talent is now from Wraithfire Blast cooldown to Wraithfire Blast stun duration. Level 15 talent is now movement speed instead of strength, and then strength is now movement speed. Nice. And then Zeus, base armor increased by 1, static field shard reduced the cooldown, I don't even know it was inactive. Level 10 talent changed from health to movement speed to health, and from cast range to spell lifesteal. And that is it. I think this Lycan Hero is going to have like an 80% win rate. Everything else, don't really care about. This new hero looks kind of fun. Let's try her out real quick. Hopefully don't break my game.
Not many things could make me say this, but how degrading. With inner light revived.
전투를 준비하십시오.
What do such things have to do with me?
Okay, so it's like a Magnus
I'll
auto
never
attack.
tire. I don't like lies. I'm still in someone's good graces.
Alright, so this is
I
probably
could
an
cover the
off-lane
cosmos.
hero. Maybe like mid against some matchups.
I will
Oh, that's a
not
vector
falter.
target and a half.
Feel the power of the first days. Turn and burn. Who wants to play catch? Stay the course. The light advances. It's almost bright.
Can I go up there?
Heads up. Mortal
Oh,
stretch
that's kind of
blankets.
cool.
I have my hammer. Ready to fight? To my purpose. It wants to fly. Now! I'll drop an anvil on your I'll join you. Some extra reach. I return. You're not to me. Face the light.
Okay. Should we throw this?
Feel it. Never too much to do. I've been waiting. Suns now. It's right. I've waited millennia to stretch my legs.
Should we
Let
throw
me
it?
put it another way. Feel the rays.
Throw it.
Some
You want to
extra
get
reach.
towards it.
Better
the-
than frenzy of light. I'll move the ground. I save this means of travel for friends. You go. Wherever you need me.
Oh, you can't
I'm
cancel.
never too far away when you need me. Savior here.
중부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Let's chase. Let day fire light the sky. Bring it on. Thunder by night.
Wait, this stuns yourself?
Yes. Step into the light. Don't waste. This is where I shine. I'm visible.
Okay, so she stuns herself. Huh.
You're nothing. Feel the rays.
That's crazy.
I look better together. Who wants to play catch? I'll join you. Heads up. Now. Unrelenting. Yes. To earn my place anew. What's going on here? The natural path. Golden light protects you. Sunward, fall before me. It's almost boiling. It wants right. The hammer wants to go.
I think New Hero's okay, but should be everything. That's just the patch notes.